my gosh, my matcha is spilling. This is just a disaster and everyone's like walking by me. I feel awkward. Okay. Welcome back to the channel. I am currently in my car. We are exactly 1 week out from the wedding, which is insane. It's currently Saturday, May 24th. Yes, May 24th. And we get married next Saturday, May 31st. So it is go time. I kind of had a chaotic morning this morning. I woke up, went for a run, and then I called an alterations guy that my friend recommended who's also getting married this week. And she said he's great for like last minute alterations, things like that. Long story short, it's been a struggle to find my second dress change. And I really want to do a second dress change just because my dress is long, obviously my wedding dress, and I want a shorter one because we're doing an after party and I just want to be able to like dance around and like move a bit better. So anyway, it's been a whole journey trying to find that dress, and I finally found one that I loved. I have like a whole outfit put together, and it was just a little bit too long and a little bit too big. So I ran it over to this alterations guy. I called him this morning and he was like, come over right now. So I couldn't even shower or anything. Like my hair actually just looks this good because the girl that did it killed it. This is like 5 days old. I got it done on Tuesday and it's Saturday. And anyway, so went for a run, threw dry shampoo in my hair, threw in some sunglasses, brought my dress over to the alterations guy, and he was like, no problem, we're gonna get this ready for you by Tuesday. And it's a holiday weekend, it's Memorial Day weekend, so they're closed on Sunday and Monday. And he was like, we're gonna get this done for you. So I'm so glad that I found him. But anyway, I like literally just rolled out of bed, rolled out for a run, ran over to the alterations guy, got myself a matcha from this really cute place. It's called Cafe Babu, and my friend recommended it to me, the same girl that recommended this alterations guy. And it's like an Indian owned cafe, and they have like really cool drinks and food and everything. So I just got a matcha, and now I'm in 12 South. I've been shopping nonstop for the past week. So now I'm in 12 South running final errands. I need to pick up my wedding day earrings. I need to look for just like a casual white dress to wear on Thursday night, just because we have like some family coming in town early, and pick up some shoes. And then it's time to like pack and everything. So anyway, I realize I have not filmed my matcha and marriage like wedding Q&A thing, and I have a matcha right now. I'm in the car alone. I don't have my camera, I have my phone. So I'm like, I'm just gonna sit down and do it. So I'm basically gonna film like little segments and edit it all together because I need to like look at my phone to look at the questions. So anyway, that was the longest intro ever, but welcome to the pre-wedding Q&A video. I posted on my Instagram story like a few weeks ago if anyone had any like pre-wedding day questions, and some people submitted some. So there's not a ton, but I thought I'd sit down and go through them now that I have my matcha and go with the little matcha and marriage theme. So I am going to kick that off. What am I doing for my wedding day tan? And I'm doing a spray tan. I found an awesome girl here in Nashville. It's called On The Glow. I'll link it below or up here somewhere, but her name's Nicolette, and she started her own company. She's like the sweetest ever and absolutely crushes the spray tan. And she comes over to your house, which is really cool. So she's actually coming over at like 6 a.m. on Wednesday. We leave for the wedding on Wednesday. And she's coming over like in the morning, gonna spray me then. Coming at like 6 a.m., gonna bring her whole spray tan kit, spray me bright and early, and then we're hitting the road. So it's an 8-hour drive from Nashville to Charlottesville. So I'm just gonna let the tan like soak and marinate during the car ride, which is not ideal, but honestly like it's good timing because I don't want to be too dark or anything like that on the wedding day. So it will give me like a couple of days to let it be really natural. But yeah, I'm doing a spray tan. I'm a self-tan girly. I have like naturally pretty fair skin, so I like to use like self-tanners. I'm pretty good at it, but I just want someone else to do it just so it's like super even. And I also have like a nice base color from being in Florida earlier this summer, so I'm hoping that that like helps it look even more natural. But yes, spray tan all the way. I would say the biggest challenge has been the alteration situation. And if you follow along on Instagram, you've seen my story, but I had a horrible experience with my wedding dress alterations, unfortunately. Long story short, I got my dress in New York City because we moved from New York to Nashville, and the designer that I got my wedding dress from recommended a local alterations person in Nashville who like specializes in her design of dresses. And so I went there and was super excited. It seemed like it was going to be like a pretty easy process. My dress is very simple and minimal, And anyway, it ended up being such a shit show. Like, my appointment was forgotten several times. I waited over an hour for my appointments. There were like little things that we were supposed to tweak, and I would come into the next one and it was forgotten because there was like miscommunication between the main person and the actual seamstresses. And then the biggest issue was that my dress was too big. They made it tighter. It was too tight. And basically the alterations team was like, oh, like, you look so good. You look snatched. It's meant to be kind of uncomfortable. Like, it's okay that it's this tight. Like, it's about how it looks kind of thing. And I left that appointment, was just like crying in the car because I was like, I feel so bad about my body all of a sudden, which I haven't been. And I've been really good at being intentional about like focusing on what the day is about and not focusing on like vanity and like how I look. And obviously you want to look your best, you want to feel your best on your wedding day. So I have been like eating healthy, but like being really balanced still, and like working out, but going for long walks and not over working out or anything like that. And just like really leaning into like talking to Kevin through all of this, and like leaning into our faith, and just like really focusing on what marriage is about versus like what the day is, if that makes sense, and like what I look like. But anyway, for the first time, I started to feel like really down about my body and feeling like I was the issue, that I wasn't fitting into the dress, and they were kind of trying to convince me that it's okay. And I like literally couldn't breathe. And all I wanted to do was rip my dress off because I'm like, this is so uncomfortable. And it's so sad because I was so excited when I first got that dress. Like, it's my dream dress. It's everything that I ever wanted. And it kind of like tainted that experience a bit. So anyway, they ended up loosening it back up, and I really had to like advocate for myself. I went back in. I was supposed to pick the dress up, and I was like, we need to tweak these things. And so they loosened it back up for me. And then a couple days ago, I went in to pick up my dress for the final pickup, and there was a pen mark on my dress, and like one side of the dress was not symmetrical to the other. I don't know what happened, but anyway, I was there for 4 hours and they had to tweak it again. They got the pen mark out, and it was just an absolute mess. So that has been like the surface level biggest challenge, because I just had no idea like how complicated alterations could be. And my advice for brides is to always advocate for yourself, because even if professionals are telling you that something looks good or it's meant to be that way, like if you are having a bad feeling about something, speak up, because the way that you feel on the wedding day is going to radiate in like your pictures and just like the energy that you have throughout the day. And if there's these things that are bothering you, like if your dress is too tight or something like that, like it's going to obviously impact your happiness on the actual day. So even if people are telling you that like certain things should be this way, like certain design elements, like the way that your dress fits, like if it's not sitting right with you, then say something. Anyway, that was a really big challenge. Answer is yes. I would say we're not really dealing with different family expectations. Luckily, our parents have been absolutely incredible, and they've trusted us to make decisions, and they haven't imparted their opinions on us. They didn't send us like a massive guest list of who to invite or say that they wanted the wedding to look a certain way. They really just let us do our thing and respected that this is our day and that we can like have full liberty to make those decisions. But it has been difficult in terms of just wanting to please everyone and make everyone feel involved and included. And also there's just a lot of stress that comes along with navigating family dynamics when planning a wedding, because it's a really unique time where all of a sudden, like, your extended family and everyone is like together in one space, and maybe they haven't seen each other in a while. And we also both have divorced families. So my parents are divorced, so are Kevin's. And yeah, it just adds an extra layer of fun. I don't want to get into it too much, because at the end of the day, our families have been incredible and everyone is doing the absolute best that they can. But as the bride and groom, it takes a lot of patience and grace and open communication. We've gone to a counselor together to talk through some things. And so I would say my advice is to talk to someone who's outside of the family, like whether that's a mentor in your life, maybe you have friends or not family, but friends or people within your circle who are married, who've like walked through this process before. Talk to them, listen to podcasts of like people who have also walked through marriage and like the engagement journey. I always recommend this podcast, but Couple Things by Sean and Andrew is the best. Like, they really get really raw and real about like the challenges, the hardships, like the good times, the bad times, everything to do with marriage. And then also, if you can, like, seek out a counselor just to talk through it, because I think it's helpful to have someone who is not involved in either party and can kind of just give a fresh perspective and help you navigate and have these conversations. My wedding dress shopping experience was so freaking fun. I did it exactly a year ago from the wedding. So like May 30th, 31st, 2024. I went with my future sister-in-law / maid of honor, which is Kevin's sister, obviously, my mom and my aunt, and we went to 4 different places in New York City. I posted a little video on it. I'll like link it down below. But it was so much fun. We just had like such a great girl weekend, and that's like when the wedding excitement really kicked off. And when I like look back and think on different wedding festivities, that's definitely up there for me, just because like that was such a dream moment and like one of those things that you dream about your whole life, or at least I do, because I'm like a wedding crazy person. But yeah, that was like a super sweet and super fun moment for me. Honeymoon right after or wait, and 100% honeymoon right after. That's what we're doing, and it was never a question for us. Like both of us have always envisioned leaving for our honeymoon right after. So we got married on Saturday, and then we leave for our honeymoon on Monday bright and early. So we have Saturday to like say goodbye to our family and friends, hang out a bit, pack up a bit, and then we're off to St. Lucia. For wedding day nails, I'm doing a Russian manicure, and I think I'm gonna do like super natural. I want it to be just like very neutral, which is what I normally do. I normally do like the bubble bath and funny bunny combo that I feel like everyone does these days. But I want it to be a little less pinky. So I think I'm gonna do just like a really neutral coat that's like a little nude tan kind of color, and then do like a thin French manicure with it. So I'm not quite sure. I have to see what options there are at like the Russian manicure place, because they have specific polish that they use, but that's what I'm planning on doing. I want it to be like a really classic kind of like thin French manicure instead of like a thick line, and just keep it like really natural and neutral. So yeah, that's what I'm planning for nails. And then for pedicure, I'm probably just gonna do again like a super like nudie, like a little bit like creamy white color. I want it to be a little pigmented so that it's not just my toe color, if that makes sense. Like I want it to be kind of like a milky, like neutral color. So yeah, that was a really bad way of answering that question. My phone storage was gonna run out, so I just had to delete like a million apps on my phone to make sure that I could do this, but I also need to get out there and get shopping. So that is it for the wedding Q&A. I'm probably gonna do like a whole recap of our wedding after to share all the details, but I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you so much for submitting the questions and for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.